It's almost like it's filler. It's like they it's more like they see how popular a lot of the Marvel. Fuck you, Siri.
This week's episode is brought to you by our buddies over at Mutiny Info Cafe, where they not only have a great selection of used books, records, and great coffee, but they also have a fantastic selection of new and used comic books, graphic novels, and more. Mutiny Information Cafe in Denver at the corner of Broadway and Ellsworth, and online at mutinyinfocafe.com.
Okay, so super special announcement this week. Corey got it done. You can now find us on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So punch open that podcast app, type in Comically Gaming in the search icon, and find us there. If you have been trying to find a hotspot so that you can stream our YouTube channel while you're on the treadmill, those days are done. Go home, click that podcast icon, download the podcast, listen to that shit in your pocket. You're good to go.
I'll definitely be doing that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yep.
I listen to podcasts in the car all day long. That's what I do. So anybody who's been watching our YouTube channel and that isn't the preferred way to take in this show, we are now on Apple Podcast. And we'll be on Android soon. Yes, we're just waiting for verification for that. Yeah. Okay, so good to go for that. So everybody, look for us there. So this week, got a packed show for everybody this week. We got some Star Wars news, as always, around Rebels, the Han Solo movie, around Force Friday. We got video game news. We go deep on PSVR. We talk a whole bunch of Shovel Knight. Some Nintendo news, as usual, mainly negative. Although there is a great Nintendo game out this week.
And fucking Mario.
Some more Joker stuff, some Punisher TV news, Inhumans TV news, the Avengers show, what else we got here? Marvel Legacy, The Tick, we hit that up finally, and then Dirk gives us his picks as usual. Our topic of the week this week is everybody's golf. Is that right? Everybody's?
Yes, everybody's golf.
Everybody's golf.
We go deep on everybody's golf. And finally, our spoiler topic this week is Comic Book Club, featuring Secret Empire number 10. So buckle in, suit up, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Bam.
All right.
Woo!
Good evening. Woo! It's the witching hour once again. Comically Gaming, episode 68.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing?
Rock on.
Labor Day.
Labor Day weekend. That's right.
Yeah.
Happy laborers. Thank you. I worked my ass off. I think this is my holiday.
Absolutely.
For sure.
That's for sure.
Right, Tony?
Yep. I think before we start real quick, I just point out that crazy shit went down in Houston this week. Our thoughts go out to the people down there. Obviously, Dirk lives in New Orleans. I did for quite a time. We know what those kind of crazy tragedies are like and what they do to people's lives.
If we had gotten that, man.
I mean, Dirk, you can attest, like, our group of friends after Katrina shipped out around the country and still haven't returned.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, totally different group of people.
Spread out.
My good New Orleans people I run into in different cities nowadays, you know. So, it affects life. It's some real shit, so.
Kinsey, Zach, David, everybody.
Yep. Me. Well, no, I left a year before. No.
Yeah.
So anyways, just want to throw that out there. We're thinking of y'all. Good luck.
Houston strong.
Yep, totally.
For sure. I think I read Dark Knight's Metal number 10 or something. One of them, all the proceeds are going to Houston relief.
Oh,
actually.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Somewhere.
Cool. Cool. So look that up. Look it up. So how's our week? I think I'm going to pick on Jeff first this week. Jeff,
Sweet.
How was your week?
It was awesome. Spent some time at the Great Minnesota Get-Together, or the Minnesota State Fair. Got to touch the Stanley Cup.
That's right.
Got pictures to prove it.
Nice.
Played some Uncharted Last Legacy. And
Nice.
I always forget how much I love Naughty Dog games until I pick up another Uncharted, and I'm like, yep. It's like a comfortable pair of shoes, you know. You pick it up and you're like, oh, I already know how to play this game.
Yeah,
So,
it's nice.
I'm digging it. Then I broke down and got everybody's golf today.
So everybody's golf. We're gonna have a whole topic devoted to it. So we'll skip it for now.
I'm gonna just say it.
Yeah.
And I actually got some reading in, so we're gonna be covering for a comic book club next week, Star Wars 35, and throw 34 in there as well.
Sure.
Well, I actually read early.
Nice.
For once.
Takes an Aaron.
Cool.
Yeah. Did you read this week's?
That was 35. Oh, no, I didn't read Secret Empire.
Okay. We'll ditch you then.
You read next week's, but not this week's?
Hey, I had to prioritize. I was under the gun.
Nice. All right. Corey?
I think that was it.
Corey, how's your week?
It's good. Let's see. I think since the last episode, we were hyped about Game of Thrones.
The Game of Thrones finale has happened since our last episode.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, watched that. Had to check out our other video. Show has no name for our thoughts.
Yep.
I personally was a little disappointed in the final episode. I wanted something bigger to happen. Just want to wrap up, but it was good. Can't wait for 2 years from now.
2 years. It sucks. Can't believe it's 2 years.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. Watched Preacher episode 11. Still kicking ass. Totally awesome. How many episodes are in the season?
We have 2 left.
Yeah.
13. Yeah.
So, can't wait. Those are what I watched. Video games. Obviously, I've been playing Everybody's Golf 2. That's what I've been spending most of my time playing. Also, got Life is Strange Before the Storm. Played through episode 1 of that.
And?
Nice.
Impressions?
I really liked it.
How's high school?
It's it's all right. It's I don't want to. Well, you guys will really like a certain part of it.
Prequel, right, to the other one?
Prequel playing as
before. That's
Chloe.
why it's Before the Storm.
Yeah, that's
Gotcha.
her name, Chloe, right? I think. Anyways, you're not Max. It's got to be Chloe.
Isn't Chloe in Uncharted?
Yes, Chloe.
I'm getting messed up.
Chloe is in Uncharted.
No, I don't think it is Chloe. Somebody look it up.
Do it in the comments section.
Yeah. Dirk will get you back later.
It's important to know her name. Chloe, it is. Chloe Price. I knew it was. You guys had me second guessing myself.
Nice.
Playing as Chloe is totally cool. If you liked the first Life is Strange, which I'm a big fan, Nate is not. Max is a little more. She's in college, got her shit together. She gets good grades. She's a good student. She's a good girl. It's not really a spoiler. It's
some background.
Some background. Chloe is her punk rock friend, rebellious, has a hard life, blah, blah, blah. So it's cool playing as her. I find myself, like, when I was playing as Max, I would pick the things that I thought Max would do. And
the goody two-shoes.
The goody two-shoes choices. And as Chloe, I'm just being a total
Punk
bitch.
rock.
And, it's pretty sweet. The story's cool. If you know anything about the game, it's about her and Rachel, who was a big part of like the first Life is Strange, they're talking about her the whole time, so you get to see their relationship in it, and it's pretty sweet. I'm really digging it.
So
it's
it
a
sounds
good
like
time.
more high school girl relationship role playing.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Life
making
is
sure.
indeed strange, Nate.
Yeah.
I give it a hard time. I actually want to beat the other game and check this one out too, but it
No, I'm
didn't do it for
I'm
me.
curious. I'm totally
Yeah.
curious.
It's really good. I'm super glad I got it. The whole thing. It's pretty long for an episode, like compared to Telltale. I think it took me over 2 hours, maybe around 3 hours for the first episode. But yeah, I'm definitely ready for the next one. Really dug it. Give it a 8 out of 10. Episode 1.
Right.
18 hours, 20 cigarettes.
No, that's 9.
That'd be 16.
16.
Right.
Maybe 17 cigs.
No, see, that's why the SIG analogy doesn't work, because you're throwing in those percentages. We do a 1 out of 10 scale.
Yeah. So yeah, played those 2 games. Reading, I read Secret Empire 10, obviously. That's our comic book club book of the week. We'll get into that later. And then I read Black Magic number 7. That came out. So
Get on that.
that's that one's pretty good too. And then also still reading a Star Wars book, Rising Falling Stars, something stars. But I'm liking it more. Still has the teenage relationship kind of thing going on. I guess they're like young adults at this point, but it's cool. It's, as I'm reading more into, I'm over halfway through it now. It's cool because it adds to Star Wars, like the movies, whereas like the comics, the Star Wars comics that we read tells a bunch of stories that go on that don't happen in the movies, that kind of expand on the other characters' backstories and stuff. But this book, like, I'm into, I gotta be into Empire Strikes Back at this point in the book. And the characters in it are constantly around the stuff that's happening in the movies. So if you watch the movies, the original trilogy, you'll be able to watch the movies and be like, oh, that's Thane right there, or or that's Cena. Like they actually are characters that you see in the movies, but have no names in the movies.
That's cool.
So like they're just like people doing stuff in the movies that they never talk about. So they're in like a lot of the main big parts of the movies. So it's cool because I want to go back and watch the movies again, just so I can see the points where they're in the books that I'm reading about them. They're in like a lot of the major parts, and
what's the
it's
title?
kind of crazy.
What's the title again?
Rising Stars, Falling Stars.
Rising Stars, Falling Stars.
Is it Rising Stars, Falling Stars?
No, I think it's Falling Stars. No, Lost Stars.
Okay.
Wow, you were way off.
Lost Stars.
Was way off.
All right.
I just read it on my tablet. I open it up every time it's on the page that I'm on. I've only
Right.
seen the title like once, but I don't have the actual book that I open and look at it every time. But yeah, Lost Stars. Yeah, I would recommend reading it at this point. It's an easy read. I mean, you do have the little love story thing going on, which is kind of lame, but it's really cool. The stuff that they add to the movies, it's pretty sweet. I'm digging it for sure. I read it on any second I get it on smoke breaks or taking a shit before I go to bed, just here and there. Like whenever can't be on the PS4 or the computer or working, I'm reading that. It's
Loading screens.
loading screens, whatever. So, but I'm really digging it. I'm gonna try and after that just read all the Star Wars canon books. I'm liking reading a book in between in my free time, my free
Right.
minutes here and there. So,
Is this newly established canon?
yeah,
Like, okay.
Yeah, it came out last year since the Disney takeover. So
Yeah.
the other stuff's not canon anymore, so it's canon. But yeah, it's really good. It's definitely cool. And then that's it. That was my week.
Cool. Dirk?
Yeah.
You're up.
Is it me or you?
It's you.
Me? All right. Let's
Dirk's
see.
wearing a red shirt.
I'm wearing a Pelican shirt. Out of season. College football started this week. LSU won first game. I started playing Fallout again to try to clear some space out on my
Four?
PS4. Yeah. Just to finish it. I need to finish it because I want to get some other games. I want to get Undertale and Pillars of Eternity. Got Everybody's Golf, obviously smashing that.
We'll talk about that.
Finished. Yeah. Going to talk about that. Talk about Secret Empire. Finished that.
Ready Player One.
Also finished Royal Assassin, which is book 2 of the Farseer trilogy by Robin Hobb, which is incredible. And now I started reading Ready Player One.
Book Royal Assassin?
Yeah, I'll talk about that in the recommendations real quick. But it's if you like Game of Thrones, I mean, it gets compared to it all the time.
Okay.
It's the author's name is Robin Hobb. She's a woman from, I think, Seattle. That's her pen name. She does, I think she's got 3 different trilogies, and this one's the Farseer trilogy. And
Is it fantasy? High fantasy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. I like High.
And unlike George R. R. Martin or the other
Jar
guy,
Jar Martin.
George R. R.
Martin.
She actually finished her series, so
Okay.
there's nothing unfinished there. You
Cool.
can complete it. And then viewing...
So I'm sorry, before I'm sorry
Yeah.
to interrupt, but Royal Assassin, is that the first book, the last book in the series?
second book. Second book. So
What's
I got one
what's it
more.
start with?
That's a good question.
Okay, we'll look it up. Put it in the comments.
Oh, Assassin's... I don't remember the name. I'll have to get back to you.
All right.
And then watched Preacher and started watching, episode 4 of Attack on Titan season 2.
Okay.
Nice.
So-
Yeah, everybody says that's one of the
Oh, I
best.
love it. Have you watched any Attack on Titan?
Not really.
I've watched
It's
the first
fantastic.
episode like 3 times trying to get into it. I just can't do it. I don't know why. It doesn't grab me.
Give
I keep
it,
trying.
get past episode 1. It
Okay.
starts to hold. It's fucking dark as hell, man.
Yeah.
It gets really, really graphic and crazy. That's it. That's about it. Short
All
and
right.
sweet.
So, my week, as usual, a lot of crossover. The one thing Corey didn't say, we beat Vermintide.
yeah.
Wow.
The main campaign of that story. Story was much like Left 4 Dead. That game's like Left 4 Dead in so many ways. Completely pointless. At the last level, they threw some kind of boss at us that was never mentioned previously in the game, unless I just happened to miss it or whatever. But and then it wasn't even, there was no. I guess I kind of liked the fact that there was no summing up of the story. It wasn't like, okay, you beat the Vermintide, they're never coming back. It was like, nope, these are the end times. Shit's fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
spoilers. That's how it goes. The Persona 5. So I don't even know what to say anymore. I have got like 5 games that I really want to play right now. I really want to play Hellblade. I really want to play Uncharted 4 and then Lost Legacy. And then I really want to play, there's another one. But I keep telling myself that I'm going to finish this chapter of Persona that I'm on, but Persona's such a fucking long game. It just is driving me crazy. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna beat this chapter that I'm on before I move on to one of these other games. So when I'm playing a single player game, it's still Persona until I knock that out. Everybody's Golf, Alien Isolation, played a little bit of that. More of that.
I saw that.
How is
Ender
that?
King. It's great. So we're now another half an hour and still haven't seen an alien, but we'll get there at some point, I think. And but just how it's awesome. Like the opening is the 40th Century Fox logo with CRT waves.
The old green screen.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that is awesome.
And
It's
then just-
very, dude. It's
It's a really scary game from what I heard.
I guess so far
Yeah.
it's been very minor so
Right.
far, but they
No, but-
totally they set the tone perfect. Everything,
good.
every device that you use looks like a device from Aliens. Just the whole setting is perfect. So we'll see. I'm still early in that.
Yeah. I'm a bargain gamer, so I'm in on that.
Yep. Yeah. Look for it'll be $10 or something at some point, and,
Yep.
and check it out. The Game of Thrones. We talked about Game of Thrones. Secret Empire 10. So here's my reading. I read Secret Empire 10, and I finished Why the Last Man. One of those books goes down as one of my favorite things that I've ever read. The other didn't affect me at all.
Oh no, it affected me in a negative way. We'll talk about that.
Right, but you know what I mean. As I turned
Yes.
the pages, it was just like, oh, okay. And
Right.
we're going to talk about
Yeah.
Secret Empire later. I just want to spend just a minute to talk about Why the Last Man. Wow.
It's incredible.
Incredible, right?
BKV, man, BKV.
Yeah, and I do have to say that it's one of those stories that, without spoiling anything in the story, is it seems like as it's going on, you get to points halfway through, 3/4 through, where it's like, yes, there is a task, there's a goal, there's something that people are heading towards, but it's just kind of their day-to-day lives, almost to the point of being boring. And then when the end happened and things happened to these characters, holy crap, it hit me as hard as anything that I've ever read that hits me. Like, I mean, I had to, like, when I'm turning the pages and my wife was on the couch next to me, and I just had to, like, hold the book up so she couldn't see me, and then stand up and walk into the other room and, like, compose myself. And
Let
then
me
get
ask you
back.
this, Nate. It's one of those things where you like reread the page like 3 times.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like you're like fixated on it, and you're like,
Yep.
did that just happen? And you go
Yep.
back and forth. You're like, no way.
Yeah, and not even just, you know, with, again, no spoilers, I'm not talking about Why the Last Man here, but not just this character died. It's like, no, these things happen to these people in their lives, and the shit is real, right?
Yeah.
Even in this weird kind of pseudo, it's not science fiction, but fictional universe,
Yeah.
when the stuff happened to these people, it's real life stuff that was hardcore. Awesome stuff. Totally, like I say, had an effect on me. I think books that are similar, like to me, is like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest or Midnight Cowboy. Like both of those books, when I turned those pages to the ends of those pages, I was like, holy shit, this is some real shit. Why Last Man? Same thing. I cannot recommend it enough to people. It's so great. It's, to me, that's what comics can do. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes I read some of these comics and I'm like, this is garbage. Why am I even reading this? This is
Yeah.
a waste of money. And then I read something like that. It just blew me the fuck away.
This is at the
blown
top
away.
of the it's upper echelon.
I think
material.
I
Sure.
think it overtook The Watchmen as my favorite comic of all time. I think.
Awesome.
I got a little bit of time pass on that one. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was
I
my
gotta
week.
read more.
I hope the show does it justice.
I'm excited for the show now,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. It
So-
seems like easy to do. Not a lot of, you don't need special effects and stuff. Maybe the
Right.
monkey's hard. I don't know.
Ampersand.
Yeah, right. Right.
One more thing from
Yeah.
our week, kind of going into video game news, is pre-ordered Destiny 2. Just want to bitch about that pre-order for a second. That we talked about.
Go ahead.
So I called Nate. I was debating to myself, you know, what version I should pre-order, and so there's 3 different versions you can get. You can get Destiny. You can get Destiny plus the expansion. Well, Destiny's $60, and then Destiny plus the expansion pass, which gives you the first 2 expansions, is $80, and then it's $90. And then you can get the digital deluxe edition, which is $100. So, so I'm like, okay, and that's. at first, I didn't even know about this expansion one. I had to search for Destiny, and it popped up. I found it online when I was trying to see what was included in the digital deluxe edition, and it said somebody was saying the expansion is the way to go. So I looked it up, and there's the third option. You can get this Destiny plus the expansion pass for $10 cheaper than the digital deluxe. I'm like, okay, so what does the digital deluxe come with? Look it up. Digital deluxe edition has digital premium content, which for $10 more, you get a legendary sword, a legendary emote, and a legendary emblem.
Okay.
And that's it.
Just to put this into context for people who aren't total Destiny nerds, legendaries are like the normal.
Yeah,
that's like once you get through the first few hours of the game and you're getting normal weapons, you get legendaries. Exotics are the ones that are hard to get.
Special ones.
Yeah. Corey called me up and he's like, I really want the sword. I was like, wait a second. There's no content, there's no levels, there's not an extra strike, it's just a sword. He goes, I was like, don't do it. He goes, I might do it anyways. I had my kid sit next to me. He's like, yeah, do it, Uncle Corey, do it. And then Corey calls me back like 10 minutes later. He goes, it's just a fucking legendary for $10.
$10. You can get a whole expansion for $20, or you can get this basic ass sword, emblem, and fucking emote for an extra $10. It's crazy. I mean, I guess $10 isn't much, but it's just bullshit that they're totally just trying to get people to not see that plus expansion version. I'm surprised they even offered that. And just get everybody to grab the digital deluxe because you think that's the one that comes with the expansions and fancy stuff.
Yeah.
But really it's just $10 for some useless shit that they're just trying to grab without people to get it without. My roommate got it. So
I'd like to find those swords so that people who have those swords, so that we can make fun of them. When we see them using them.
Why did they entice you with a legendary emote, dude? That's the stupidest thing in the world.
It is. Yeah, it is.
It's like when Star Trek Online had the Khan from the Wrath-a-Con movie. I'm like,
I might pay for that.
It's stupid though.
It'd be cool to start with the legendary sword, but I don't pay for extra.
You're gonna have 10 better weapons in 5 hours into the game.
Yeah. So depends on the sword.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Star Wars news this week. Who threw these two in here? Me.
I did.
All right.
Surprisingly.
What do you got? Vision.
Paul Bettany, who plays Vision's joining the Han Solo movie. They don't. I don't think it's been released what character he's playing or who he is, but Ron Howard tweeted out the photo with him on set.
Cool.
Nice.
And then the second one, I don't know if anybody watches Rebels. I don't remember if I watched any episodes of it.
So
I think I watched Clone Wars.
I watched the first 2 seasons from start to finish.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I lost interest after a while.
I did too.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know. It just was too.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. They're too long. They're like 30 episodes or something, and most of them are
Jesus
filled.
Christ.
If you watch the first 3 and the last 3,
you'll get the story.
A good little story. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Too much filler.
Now,
in the middle.
I read in the comments section beneath the trailer that a lot of people thought that this looked a lot better than past seasons. But if it's 30 episodes long, that's just
right.
Right.
Crazy. So, I think I cut you off halfway through. The new trailer came out this week, right?
Yes, new trailer came out this week. It's got a grittier tone. I think they're going a little deeper on the lore.
Yep.
So
yeah. Without spoilers, did you watch the trailer?
Yes.
So they're butting up against Rogue One.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So again, I don't want to spoil stuff, but they talk a lot about some key characters from Rogue One. So they're getting that close, to episode 4.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, and I think they mentioned that also in the comment section, saying that some of those characters they think are going to be in the series, but
Well, they're gonna have to because Rogue One tied. They purposely threw in like Chopper, and they threw in what's her name, the Twi'lek. I
Right.
can't remember her name right now. And they threw in the Ghost. The Ghost is in Rogue One. You can see it when they get to Scarus.
Yep. Force Friday, bunch of bullshit. Essentially, they release a whole bunch of toys for the year. They release posters. They release all this stuff on one day, try and get us all to spend as much money as possible.
Mhm.
The toys that got released, full of Last Jedi spoilers.
Yeah.
Full.
Wow.
I hate that, dude. I hate that.
Yeah, so
That's terrible.
I didn't even look at it.
I called up Corey. I spoiled some major stuff for me, for real. Like that.
Was what was just said one of the things?
Yes, but I'm not even half as upset about learning about that as I am about some of the stuff that I learned about through the toys.
That's
So,
terrible.
I just wanted to throw that out there that if you haven't looked at the toys yet and you don't want spoilers, then don't go anywhere.
You have to
near
take it
them.
down, Jeff.
I'm not going to Target.
Yeah, don't
No,
go.
the post.
What happened to the time when the toys were released after the movie?
I know.
I understand that Christmas is coming up, and I understand the cash cow that is Disney.
Disney, that's what happened.
And it is Disney.
Yeah. I'll talk about it again after the movies come out. And to be honest, if you just went down the toy aisle and just looked straight ahead, you wouldn't spoil anything. You really have to get a little nitty gritty with some of them to get the major spoilers. But they're there. I mean, it's crazy that we still don't have a real trailer.
Terrible.
And I got toys spoiling parts of the movie for me.
Terrible.
So yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Sorry, Corey. I didn't realize.
It's all good.
He would have seen that at some point. That'll be in the next trailer. So.
But it's on Facebook, so don't look.
Yeah, it's all that's nothing compared to some of the stuff I'm talking about. And I'll get back to it after the movie comes out and tell you.
I was going to say, because Star Wars and Star Wars Underground Facebook, they are pretty good about not spoiling stuff.
Yeah.
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 I don't really
pretty
look
good
at
about it.
Facebook. I missed out on our family fantasy league because I don't check Facebook.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. All
It's
right.
not good.
Video game news this week. First of all, some big news around PlayStation VR. A couple different things. Price drop, sort of. So, $400 now gets you the gear and a camera. Before it was just the gear.
Okay.
You need the
wondered
camera
about
for it to
that.
work, right?
Yeah.
So silly that wasn't included to begin with.
Jeff.
Weird to me. You got to throw Move controllers in too, right? Do you have Move controllers, Jeff?
I do have Move controllers because I got the bundle. I haven't really used them.
Really?
The only one I've used them for is the London Heist, and because I stood up in one point when I wasn't supposed to, it messed up the mapping for it. So I find it's easier just with either the controller. That's most of the games I've played in VR is just using the controller, or you can use your head.
Okay,
And
interesting.
so-
I kind of figured you had to have them.
No,
to be your
only if
hands.
it depends on the game.
Okay. All right. So
It really does.
the other bit of news is that this month's free PlayStation Plus games include a PlayStation VR game for the first time. So rigs. So yeah, Jeff, do you have rigs?
Jeff.
I'll get it right now. Hold on.
Okay. I think you have to wait until Tuesday to get it for free. But yeah, I was just going to ask for impressions on it. Obviously, you don't have it. So moving along, a couple other things.
No, because I bought everybody's golf. Fuck.
I'm an unapologetic Shovel Knight fanboy. And,
Yes, I
some
love
big
Shovel
announcements
Knight.
this week. So first of all, the final Shovel Knight expansion called King of Cards is coming out. In starring King Knight. So again, really really cool how they take the different knights that you fought against, give them their own game, and then incorporate. It's like the same type of game, only they have their own moves and stuff in it.
Yeah.
And then this
Did
one
you-
also includes a card game, so like a
Wow.
CCG game as well.
Where do you
Nice.
play it? On PC or PlayStation?
I play it on PlayStation. It's cross save between the PS4 and the Vita. Works better than most cross saves do, and
Yeah.
I really enjoy the Vita. It feels right at home on the Vita to me, to be honest.
Nice.
But I will push it over to my PS4 and play it on there as well.
Great game.
Yep. And then but I have it on PlayStation 4. I have it on PlayStation Vita. I have it on Wii U. I have it on all three of those.
Oh wow.
Things.
Yeah, I have it on PC.
I got it on Wii U first for the kids, and I played it for 2 minutes, and I was like, "Fuck, I gotta buy this." So I went out and grabbed that, and then so the other bit of news is, speaking of Wii U, they are putting out an Amiibo 3-pack. So the Shovel Knight is the only Amiibo that I know of that's not a Nintendo property.
Uh-huh.
And they're coming out with a 3-pack that's Spectre Knight, Plague Knight, and King Knight. And fuck,
Wow.
Plague Knight looks awesome. I mean, it sucks. I don't want to spend $30 on that thing, but
They get you with those Amiibos.
Yeah, when Christmas comes around. I mean, to have a toy of Plague Knight, fuck, it's not like $50 or something, like some detailed
15.
statue that you go by. Yeah, right. So yeah, check those out if you haven't checked them out. They're really, really cool looking. Next bit of news. Atari 2600 handheld. Anybody see this?
No, I did not.
Like the Atari 2600,
So
like classic games,
Like Joust?
like
it's-
Pitfall.
it's those games on a little kind of handheld that's wood paneled. That
How many
this
games?
new Atari company is putting out. It's supposed to have like 30 games on it or something.
That's it.
It's a collection, so I don't know. It's weird. Look it up and check it out. Price is going to determine everything on this thing. But
Yeah.
I feel like, to me, the problem with Atari is that Atari games do not hold up the way that like NES games hold up, right?
No,
No.
Like-
No.
it's a different era, different
Yeah.
type of.
Right, but the device itself looks kind of cool, looks kind of quality. So this weird Atari console that's coming out as well. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's if this thing is any indication of what that's going to be like. I don't
Yeah.
know. At least it looks like a quality piece of hardware. It doesn't look like something that you'd see on the end shelf at Walgreens or something. So
I could play
Yeah.
Those aren't
Pitfall.
going to do well.
I don't know.
Because, like you said, I mean, the NES and the SNES, they still hold up. Those games do. I would buy those for the games. The only reason you'd buy that Atari is for nostalgia of someone who had one back in the day.
Yeah.
And
It'd
It's
be
kind
fun
of
in
mindless
office
too,
and
not
though.
for gameplay.
Yeah.
For sure. So
Yeah.
moving on, Nintendo news this week. Closing the Miiverse. None of you have
Yay.
Wii U, huh? No, Jeff, you have a Wii U.
I have a Wii U, yeah.
So Miiverse is being closed November 7th.
Really?
So all those games that have Miiverse functionality, where so Smash Brothers has like pictures in the background, or like other places where you'll walk around in lobbies and people will share things through Miiverse, all that stuff's going to disappear from all those
Wow.
games. So seems a little early to
Way
me,
to go, Nintendo.
right?
They
Like,
always.
I feel like let that ride for another year for the
Yeah.
people who bought a Wii U for you.
Shut
Those
down
are-
fucking Mario first.
Nintendo.
let's
There we go. Every show.
go for it.
Every show.
The
Sure.
Miiverse, is that different from the DS? Isn't there like a Miiverse in that?
Miiverse started out with
It
just
is
the
different.
Wii, and you could share Mii's, but you had to have like this long fucking username that you had to share with friends, and
Right.
Like
Yes.
the marvel of the video game industry.
Miiverse
sure.
on the Wii U, there's a whole. It's basically like a social network that doesn't use real names, where you can draw pictures and stuff on it, and then some of the games unlock stamps that you can use in the pictures. It was almost kind of their idea of trophies for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But it's more about, like I say, it's almost you pick a game and then it shows a bunch of pictures and stuff that people drew from the game. Some of them really cool. Lots of people with some real art skills
Yeah.
on there getting crazy with them. A lot of
Yeah.
garbage and pictures of hidden penises, but
Yeah.
there were some really great ones too.
That's because they let it go to America. In the Japanese culture, it works. In
Right.
American culture, you just get
You
dick
get
pics.
penises, yeah. Right.
Sausages for days.
So the
Rip.
next thing, Nintendo had a Nindies video.
is
So basically they announced 20 games that are coming out, independent games for the Switch. Check out the video sometime if you have a Switch, see what's coming your way. But these are kind of to get you in between your big releases. 20 games between now and like midway through next year. So not really any slacker. Two kind of highlights to me from watching the video.
Go
is,
for it, BG.
Yeah, there's a golf role-playing game.
Wow.
So it's a RPG with golf.
Dude,
I think I
I'm so
think
into
I
that.
talked about. Didn't I mention that before? It looked like Stardew Valley with golf
It does
on
look
the
like
show.
Stardew Valley. Yes.
Yeah,
It
we
does.
talked
It
about
looks
that
cool.
one. That looks sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope that's not if that's not exclusive, I will be buying it for sure.
Yeah.
And then the other thing, No More Heroes. Anybody play No More Heroes?
No.
Anybody play Killer 7 on the PS2?
No, not for eons.
No. So
No More Heroes. That sounds familiar,
So
man.
this guy Suda 50 something is his name. He's a Japanese developer of games.
Okay.
And he makes really kind of cool like stylized weird stuff. Like to me it's like a cross between like the Hideo Kojima weird stuff in Persona, kind of like the stylings of the characters and whatnot. So anyways, No More Heroes was a game on the Switch that used motion control where he has like a lightsaber that he fights with and whatnot. So the sequel to that is kind of a big deal for people who are into weird games. And yeah, Travis strikes again. Travis Touchdown is the hero's name. So anyways, that was a big deal. And then next, I was just going to talk about, Jeff just shrunk it down in my show notes here. Mario vs. Rabbids came out, and apparently it's awesome.
What?
Yes.
Who says?
Listen to the buzz.
Except for
Everybody
Jeff.
likes it. Everybody says they can't believe that it's not made by Nintendo, that it has Nintendo quality all over it.
Okay.
And they all say it's great. I've listened to like 4 different podcasts this week of people who played it and said it was great. Straight
Jeff,
up
what
great.
would it take? What would it take for you to come back to Mario, Jeff?
I don't know.
Finally, done with the Nintendo news.
Thank God.
I just wanted to point out Undertale came out on PlayStation 4, and it just kind of brought up a whole new spew of people talking about Undertale
Getting it.
again.
Yeah.
I bought Undertale on the PC for the kids like 4 or 5 months ago and haven't had a chance to play it yet. Apparently, when I hear people talk about it, I'm doing myself a disservice to not play it. It's supposed to be great.
Every review I've read is along those lines. Like, this is an amazing game, not just great. Like,
everybody says it breaks video game conventions.
yeah.
Like everything that you thought about games and you're used to in games, that you play Undertale and it throws them on their head.
What's Undertale? Is that the one you were talking about the other that you said you wanted to buy, Jake?
Yeah. It'll probably be like $15 or $20. Yeah.
I think it is 15.
Yeah, because it's like 16-bit or something, I think, or whatever.
It looks
It's an
16-bit.
RPG?
Yeah, it's an RPG, and it's not very long. From what I understand, it's like 25 hours-ish or whatnot. But yeah, everybody, the way I hear people talk about it, we're all crazy to not be playing it. So I just wanted to throw it out there again.
Probably get it this week.
I watched a video for it. It didn't look awesome, judging by the video.
I felt the same way, but apparently it is.
I think the content, like Nate said, it's supposedly it looks like one thing and it's a completely different thing than what it looks like.
All right, that's your video game news this
Sweet.
week.
Comics news. Started off returning back to our previous subject from last week about the Joker origin Scorcese film. Apparently, Leo is in talks to be the Joker in that movie. I don't know how much of a rumor that is. I don't know if Scorsese's just going after him.
That's what I read, is that the makers, Warner Brothers, was trying to use the leverage of having Scorsese to get
they were
Leo
trying to
Joker.
get. That's why they got Scorsese, was to try and pull Leo in. So it sounds like we had some mixed feelings about that.
Well, the thing is, I can see that because of of what they're covering in the film. If it's early 80s crime, setting in Gotham with a grimy sort of noir feel about it, then it could be amazing. I mean,
I
you
feel
put
like
those two together.
For me, 10 years ago, I would have said I hate Leo. He's like a heartthrob actor or something.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, 100% different. What he did in Wolf of Wall Street and then the Tarantino movies, I'm 100% on board with Leo.
Yeah,
I mean, he's worked with Scorcese too in a few films already. So
that would be the shit, is to have a Tarantino Joker origin movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think Leo could be cool.
Go ahead, Corey.
I don't know. I think I'd like Leo as Joker, but
yeah, there's that fan art too that came out of imagining him as Joker, which was cool.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, right. He's got that. He has a pretty devious smile that he can pull off.
Yeah.
The other thing is, it could go horribly wrong. I don't think there's any middle ground for this. You know?
Yeah.
It's either like
It's ride or die.
yes, it's either gonna be completely amazing, or it's gonna be like this is the downside of Leo's career. You know, like.
Yeah.
You guys all see Wolf of Wall Street, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody? Jeff, have you seen it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, one of the greatest movies of all time, huh?
Yeah.
It's
I
so
thought
great.
Leo was awesome in it.
The Quaalude scene?
Yes, that was amazing.
Holy crap, yeah.
So the
Sorry.
addendum to that story is that
I don't
Jeremy
know.
is not happy with it.
Yeah.
Because I guess he wants his Joker to be the current Joker. He doesn't
I
want
like
a
his Joker.
conflicting Joker out there that he has to. I think there's also probably a little bit of jealousy that Leo's going to get a crack at it and, you know, maybe erase that Joker.
Yeah.
Or the performance of it.
Yeah.
But
Like you were just saying, though, I felt the same way about Leto. It was either going to be good or terribly, really good or really bad, but I thought he was all right. He kind of hit a middle ground, but
I thought he was a good Joker. I mean, I really loved, if you talk about Jokers, besides Cesar Romero as the Joker and Jack Nicholson as the Joker, I liked Heath Ledger as the Joker.
yeah, well, I don't like Hot Topic Joker. I'm sorry. I just don't. It ain't my thing.
I think they've all
It
been
ain't my
great.
thing, but
I think every one of them's been great.
Hey, I like Suicide Squad.
yeah. So
And you
I can
don't
see
like
why
Mario.
he'd be
You like Suicide
Alright.
Squad.
Mario Squad.
I think it's just weird for them to have two Jokers. I mean,
Yes.
it's a weird move
Yeah.
in the
It is.
first place. Like, especially with how everybody's doing their own universe nowadays with Marvel and DC having their cinematic universes. For them to have two Jokers simultaneously played by different actors is a weird move.
Absolutely. And
I
you can
agree.
see Leto being unhappy. Why? I mean, if Scorsese's attached to that project and Leo, he's dead in the water, you know?
I guess maybe if it's based in the past and it's an origin thing, then it wouldn't make sense for it to be Leto. But then I don't know. Well,
To me,
yeah.
I do like Leto's version of the Joker. I think it was clear that he was cool, even though the editing of Suicide Squad was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
His individual scenes, if you looked at them by themselves, were good.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
I need to watch it?
Yeah.
Suicide Squad? Yeah,
Yeah.
you should watch it. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it.
Yeah.
You should watch it.
Just keep your expectations low. But to me, in general, the DC universe is so fucking awful right now that do something different.
Yeah,
Go.
Yeah.
they need to. Yes.
Except for Wonder Woman, that was good.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Second item. There's another rumor floating out there that Spike Lee is in talks to direct a Nightwatch standalone film for Sony, the Spider-Man universe.
That would be interesting.
I'm not familiar with Nightwatch.
Me neither.
I'm not
When I
either, but I'm
looked at the
familiar with
image,
Spike Lee and his
He
directing
looked like
style.
a Spawn ripoff a little bit, but I don't know if that's
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Nightwatch, and I'm not a big fan of Spike Lee, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah, have
I
you
don't know
seen
what
his version of the NBA 2K? The story of
I almost
Scar.
can't blame that on him. His movies are good.
Yeah, I think from a directing.
He's hit or miss. He's hit or miss.
I'm just rewatching Do the Right Thing.
Oh, well, that's classic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
It is.
a classic film.
It
But
is.
he's had some duds, so
Everyone does have that, but I mean, when I'm literally rewatching it, I have it right here.
yeah. Well, Malcolm X is great too, but anyway, I don't know. It could go either way. I just don't know much about Nightwatch as a character.
Well, at least it's not Nightwing.
Yeah,
I'd
that's
actually
who I
maybe
thought it
prefer
was at
Nightwing.
first.
I'd like to see Spike Lee do Nightwing.
That would be sweet. Or Spike Lee do Black Panther.
I will say, for anybody that's interested in that news item, research and read about Nightwatch's origin story because it's kind of cool. Like the 3-sentence summary that I read of Nightwatch's origin was an interesting premise for a superhero. Next up, Marvel released episode titles for The Punisher in Morse code. Just a
That's
breakdown.
awesome.
Yeah, it is a good presentation for sure. Clever,
Yeah.
I think all the titles for the episodes are pretty succinct. 1-2 words connected to
Yeah.
Punisher subject matter.
I don't like to read episode titles when they're out first. I feel like those
Right.
are spoilers.
Yeah, totally. Who's next? Inhumans.
Yeah.
Why are you even
Cover
talking
that
about
shit show.
Terrible reviews. It came out in theaters this weekend in IMAX.
To the shock of no one, Inhumans got really bad reviews.
Yeah.
Why? I don't understand. These major networks have money.
Yeah,
Why do they make terrible product? I don't get it.
I don't know.
It's almost like it's
Yeah.
filler. It's like
Yeah.
it's more like they see how popular a lot of the Marvel. Fuck you, Siri. They see how
clip.
well the bitch started going off. I'm like, what are you doing? Stop it. But I was thinking, Marvel jumps on this cash cow with all these Marvel genre movies coming out, and I think we'll make a great one because you got the Defenders and you've got Arrow. You know Arrow's DC, but all these other things, and so they're like, let's do it this way, and it's shit because it's just a shit script. And
I think they looked at the DC stuff and thought that they could pull that off. Arrow and Flash and do their own version of it. Kind of cartoonish, vibrant, sort of bright colored stuff. But no.
Yeah,
I mean, they want to
Kind of happy. Go ahead, Jeff.
I'm sorry. If they want to make a move, make Dread a TV show.
Right?
Yeah. Apparently it did pretty well for TV show IMAX standards as far as it made as much as the whole season of Game of Thrones at IMAX did in the first weekend. So, but that's only 1.5 million. So it's not much. And apparently everybody still says it's garbage and there's no point in seeing it in IMAX. But it did all right as far as sales go. But,
Let me ask the group this. Do you think it has anything to do with this, Marvel wants to steer away from mutants because Fox owns X-Men and everything? So they're trying to, build up Inhumans as the... Yeah. I've heard this, conspiracy theory talk.
That's what I hear all the time, too. At first I didn't believe it at all, but to me the biggest, knowledge, of that being truthful is that there's no Fantastic Four comics right now, and then there's also the new Marvel vs. Capcom game's about to come out, and it features no X-Men and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's only MCU characters, so clearly they're telling people not to use those characters, which is terrible.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And you know what? If that's the case, I kind of secretly hope that Inhumans fails as a project.
Yeah.
And it sucks because I like the characters in Inhumans books.
Because you know what the best Marvel TV show out there is the X-Men show, Legion.
It's true.
Yeah,
true.
By
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not even a contest.
The other thing what really sucks in my mind is that this was an MCU movie that got axed and put into this project instead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Could've
think
been
the
cool
Inhumans as part of the MCU would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. And also, man, a hell of a character in Black Bolt and Maximus the Man.
Yeah.
I mean, those
Everybody
are two
says that
fantastic
Black Bolt book right now is supposed
It
to
is.
be really
It's really
good.
good.
So.
Yeah. I read the first 4 issues. It's really good. But those are two amazing characters, and for them to just like
Yeah, Medusa's
cast it
cool,
off.
too.
Yeah. Even though she's banging Iceman right now, kind of lame. But,
Flame.
oh no,
Human Torch.
Human Torch. That's who it is.
Iceman is not
Iceman.
interested. In
No.
Medusa.
That's true. Right. Alternate universe Iceman or whatever. Cool. So moving on, Avengers: Infinity War will include, I guess, a semblance of the Vision Scarlet Witch romance storyline.
Cool.
I think they'll finally start playing into that.
They've been
And-
setting that up for a while.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna hit, or they're gonna focus on it a little more than they have in the past. And Paul Bettany also said that the set was crazy. It's like way beyond anything that he's been a part of. I know that sounds like hype talk from an actor on his movie, but I sort of believe him when it comes to,
Sure.
I mean, how
It better,
grandiose.
right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if y'all want to cover this. I mean, Ed Skrein left the Hellboy film over whitewashing concerns.
So who
He-
was he?
Whitewashing?
And what's the whitewashing that
I
occurred?
don't know the
Yeah.
character. I'm not familiar with the Hellboy universe,
Okay.
but it's an Asian character in the book. And I don't know why
And
he
he
did.
was supposed to be that
Yes.
character? Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know if he wasn't aware of it, which is
Yeah, it's
kind of
weird.
poor on his part if he wasn't aware of it. Like, why wouldn't you research a character before you sign on to do it? But also, he had an about face, and I don't know if he had that about face because of the blowback that he got on it, like, right off the bat. But he penned this huge letter stating sort of why he's backing out of the project now.
Yeah, good.
And look,
for him.
I mean, yeah.
I feel like good. You got morals. Great. I'm down.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, no, it is.
Cool.
Well, the thing is, that mess that they had in Doctor Strange could have been avoided
Yeah.
very easily.
Yep.
You know, get an Asian actor. It's not hard. I just
No,
don't.
it's not.
No,
Hard. Careful,
it's
Dirk.
kind of shameful, you know. But
Oh, bless you.
I go both ways. I think people overreact, and to those, like I like roles where Nick Fury wasn't
Oh,
a
yeah,
black man when I was a kid, and I'm
Right.
down with the way he is now. The flip side of it is that if that's something that bugs you and you don't want to be a part of changing that character, then great. Yeah, I'm
Right.
100% behind you for backing out of the project for that reason.
yeah, I just hate for actors and actresses that don't get as much play in popular culture because of their ethnicity to not get something like that. You know.
Sure. Yeah.
I think
I
they
agree.
should be represented more, whether it be Indian Americans or whatever the case, and not have a white dude or a white woman like basically picking up. But that's just
Sure.
me. For everybody saying that the Tick is amazing, I'll end it on that.
It's hard to believe.
I don't know. I mean, I love the cartoon. I can see this maybe being good, but it's 92% on Rotten
I
Tomatoes.
know. I
so
kept on seeing that. You seen the commercials though, huh? I mean, he looks terrible.
it looks a little weird, but
the jokes,
yeah.
to my mind, in the commercials are not funny. Like, but
No.
yeah, everybody that's seen it says it's good.
Yeah, solid reviews all across the board. So I might be checking that out. I have Prime, so I'll totally check it out. Piggyback on that recommendation, anybody that has Prime, watch Comrade Detective. It is amazing.
Okay.
I guess that leads into my picks. I'll kick it off with comic book pick. Northlanders for Vertigo. If you're into Vikings, fantastic book. Brian Wood, I think, is the writer on it. The artwork is amazing. I think they rotate artists here and there, but the style of the art is sort of like Mike Mignola. It's that like very shadowy, sort of gritty artwork, and the stories are just amazing. I don't know why they canceled the series. I don't know if it just didn't have the fan reaction that they wanted. But if you're into Vikings, absolutely pick up Northlanders.
It's over now?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
How big is it?
7 volumes. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. So fairly big.
7 graphic novels worth.
Okay.
Or you can get the three big ones. But it's awesome. It's one of my favorite Vertigo series, to be honest. I finished the Farseer. Well, no, I finished book 2 of the Farseer trilogy by Robin Hobb. Fantastic high fantasy, done very cleverly. I think she's actually a better writer than George R. R. Martin in terms of description. And she's probably more akin to Robert Jordan than she is Martin. But
I feel like, if I'm honest, so I only read the first Game of Thrones. That's the only Martin book that I've read. But he's not a good writer. He writes good plots.
Yeah,
he writes good plots.
His plots are great, but the minute-to-minute, paragraph-to-paragraph writing is
he gets long in the tooth on description.
Yeah.
Yes,
he gets very long in the tooth on that.
Yeah, so Robin Hobb is the author of the Farseer trilogy, and I think she cremates him in terms of writing. I mean, it's just like super good stuff.
Is she on the New York bestsellers list?
Yeah, I think.
Most good authors aren't.
That's a very strange noise.
Most good authors.
I don't know. Don't quote me on it, but I don't know. And then last but not least,
because everyone's I'm sorry, Dirk. Everyone's comparing Jar Jar Martin to. They're taking his book now and comparing all this high fantasy to him to Game of Thrones because it's a great storyline.
Right.
Which it seems like now he's replacing Tolkien because Tolkien used to be.
You cannot replace Tolkien. I mean,
you can't. I mean, that's what D&D is based off of. Tolkien. That's what everyone that writes David Eddings, Raymond Feist.
No, Martin's strength is in his plotting. I mean, his very unconventional turns. You know, and it's not just shock value. I mean, I would say that just the plots overall keep you reading.
Yep.
But last but not least, music recommendation. So I've been on this intense kick of listening to this genre called city pop, which is 80s Japanese pop. It's sort of a mix between yacht rock and like synth funk and 80s pop.
Love the music and everybody's golf.
Well, no, like Persona. It actually sounds a lot like the Persona music.
Okay.
But there's like an entire freaking world of it. There's this guy named Van Pogum, I think, on YouTube, and he makes all these mixes of city pop, and I cannot stop listening to it. But
is there? I doubt it, but any of it on Spotify? Do you use Spotify at all?
Yeah, but the artists, I mean, these are all Japanese names, and I can't think of them off the top of my head.
Sure.
It's.
How are you finding them? How are you finding
YouTube? Yeah, YouTube, and I'll put the guys.
Stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put the guy's name in the comment section or a description of the show, and then
if
I'll
you can
send
grab
it
a couple videos too, links to a couple videos, that'd be awesome.
Absolutely, and that's it.
Boom.
Nice. All right, on to our topic of the week. Everybody's golf. So we all got it. We've been going hard.
With the sun today.
Dirk does the theme song. I turn on Spotify as soon as I turn on Everybody's Golf because I can't stand that music. So,
man.
I can't appreciate the Spotify on PS4 enough with Everybody's Golf. But,
I'm sorry, the shop in Everybody's Golf reminds me I'm stuck in like Tokyo and the Ginza when I'm like, no.
So, wait, Corey, you can play it and not hear like your golfing sounds, like your club hitting?
You do hear all the golfing sounds. It just replaces the Everybody's Golf music with Spotify music.
Oh,
Yeah,
how do you do that?
Use your Spotify app.
Yeah.
What?
Well, Dirk is technically challenged.
Yes, very much so. I'm a Luddite.
Open up
Yeah, you hit-
Spotify, download and open up Spotify on your PS4, and then
I got
log
it.
into it, and then
Okay, good.
All you have
Just
to
didn't know
do
you-
then is hit the PlayStation button and go to music. It's in like the main menu now. You don't even have to exit out.
Yeah, I just didn't know that was possible.
Yep.
But yeah, that's awesome. I'm
Yep.
totally gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'll play
It's
City
great.
Pop.
It's great. It's a super awesome feature for sure. Any game, especially like this, where it's not a story-based thing that you're paying attention to.
Yeah.
Spotify's must-have in the background for sure.
Definitely.
All right, so everybody's golf. I want to go last. I feel like I'm going to be the negative Nelly of this group, but I don't know. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. But I got a lot.
Well, no, I got some issues.
Okay.
I got some issues.
All right.
Corey, you kick it off.
All right. I'm digging it. I like it. I still don't like the. I mean, obviously the biggest difference I feel like from Rory, which I know you're coming from Hot Shots, Dirk, but me and Nate
Yeah.
are coming from Tiger or Rory nowadays.
Yeah.
But the biggest difference there is the swing style. In Tiger, you use the swing stick, which it just feels more. When I nail it, I feel better about myself. I feel like I really did that. I feel like it's a skill that you have to
Explain it.
perfect.
Explain the
Like-
skill stick, how it works.
Well, it's just you pull back on the stick for your backswing and forward for your forward swing.
Oh, like
And it
golden
has to
teeth.
and you have to do it perfectly straight and time it perfectly for your shot to go perfectly straight at full power. So it's not easy to do. It's really
Right.
easy to shank it, but if you do it right, you feel good about yourself. With Everybody's Golf, it's like I
it's
am getting better at my click timing, but that's all there is to it. And then I just get pissed if I don't click at the right time, and that's I don't feel like it's because my skills aren't good or something. It's just it's click.
Advanced shots are different. I don't know if they have advanced shots in this one, but in past Hot Shots, the advanced shots were like really, it made it a challenge, to try to use those.
What
And
are
some
those?
courses you had to use advanced shots. So
What do you mean, like tap left and tap right? Or
No, it's like,
I use that.
there's no gauge. What you do is your club goes back, and you see like a glimpse of your club head, like that you have to try to reach at the top, but you have to just sort of guess how much power you need, and then a circle zeroes in on your golf ball, and you have to hit it at the right time. It's pretty complicated. It's not just a simple gauge, So it's like for the people that are insane.
Yeah, that sounds cool. But I would like that as a feature.
Yeah.
But
It might happen in this one, but it might be much later. They usually add it in towards or introduce it towards the end of the game, or as it goes on. But we'll see.
Yeah. But I still like it. I am getting better at clicking. I'm trying to use either forward spin or back spin or draw or fade on each shot, just so that I'm used to using that as on the for when I need it. So even if I don't really need it, I try and spin it some way or curve the ball just so that I'm get good at it. But I like the character customization that you can have up to 8. I got all kinds of outfits. My chick's very fashionable.
Yep.
But it's stallion that. But the mechanics are good. The putting greens are very similar to Tiger or Rory, almost exactly the same. The mechanics are good. If you line it up right and click it right, it's going to go in, and as long as you can read those slopes right. And I still can't really tell as much as like in Tiger. if you're on a hill and you're swinging this way, your ball's going to go this way. That doesn't seem as much an effect in this.
I think it is.
But
I've been in a
I
few
haven't
situations
played on
where-
any like really big slopes. I feel like.
Yeah. I have several things that sort of bother me as a massive Hot Shots fan. Is there anything else, Corey, you wanted to?
I mean, obviously, I guess we're all saying it takes a long time to unlock the courses. I've been playing the same 3 courses for 10 hours or something now. And
Are you playing with serious mode?
No.
Press square, because if you press square on your course screen to choose, it increases your XP. Your competition gets harder, but your XP and coins will go up.
Oh,
and
really?
You'll move through stuff quicker.
Okay, I will do that.
I told Adam about it earlier.
Yeah, I
He
didn't know that,
Yeah.
and I've never not come in first, so I'd be down for that.
Yeah. No, it makes it. Well, it moves it along a lot quicker. But that
Right.
brings me into one of my big issues is that there's not enough content up to this point. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there is, but I think we're already at bronze, and the old Hot Shots games, there were like 9 or 10 courses for every level, you know? And I don't know if they have that many here.
You said there was 8 total, right?
I only see 5 that aren't DLC.
Dude, by
Unless
the
it's
way-
box.
But we
Look.
have all the DLC stuff because we pre-ordered it. Anything that says DLC, I can use.
We got to platinum in World Invitational, and I think looking back, there was like 30 courses total.
Huh.
I don't know what that DLC means actually, but anything that says DLC, like my outfits that say DLC, I can use those.
Yeah,
I mean,
If you look at it, it says trial. Like, I don't think you can keep those.
Ah.
Same thing, like if you go online and pick it'll let you pick a course that you've unlocked or a DLC course, and then it says trial. I think it only lets you use it once, and then they're trying to get you to buy it. I think.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I think.
The other thing that I like the customization a lot, obviously, because you can fine-tune your character to look exactly like you, as I've proven already. But I don't like I kind of miss the anime style of
Me too.
the older ones.
me too.
You know, and that's missing in this one. This is more as like a Wii character sort of style.
Yeah, it does look very Miiverse-ish on the faces.
Yes. Yeah, and I miss the other characters, I think. There are certain elements that I wish I could take from this one and from the other one and combine them, you know? I can make a perfect Hot Shots game if they gave me a shot. I absolutely could.
Wink, wink, nod, nod.
Well, the other thing is, like, if they let me build courses, oh my god. Yeah. Give me that ability.
Well, Sony
Clap
listens
hands.
to our show,
Yeah.
so.
Clap hands if you listen.
Yeah.
Give me that ability.
Yeah.
But
half
beyond
that.
that, I will say this about it. It's got some crazy playability in it. I mean, we didn't know if we were going to be like every day like we were with the other 2 Hot Shots, but it's even worse. We keep coming back and playing like every 2 hours. So, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I give it an A, not an A plus, but an A.
Jeff, you played it yet?
I have played it. I've never played Hot Shots, so I don't. I played Tiger Woods many eons ago. So it was interesting just getting a tutorial and reading you guys in Discord how to do backspin. I just sort of
still
figured
can't
it out
get it.
as I went. Paying attention to it and seeing where the dot lines up on the ball after you hit it. You can see if you're going to give it more topspin or if you're going to get more backspin.
Yeah.
And watch the wind, and I just sort of I use a lot of my real golf experience in that game, and it's helped out a lot. So I think
Nice.
it's pretty. I think it's pretty good. I mean, using real golf
Application.
experience, apply it to a game, and it works. That tells me it's a good game. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
I can
Has
overlook the annoying Japanese.
Has anybody
lot of-
shot from the water? I had a shot where my ball was in the water and my character was like waist deep, and it called it like a water shot or something.
What?
Yeah. It was like,
I didn't think they did that.
Yeah, I didn't either. But I was standing in the water, and my ball was in the water. The picture of it was in the water, and it was called like a water shot, and it was
Dude.
only like 30%. I had to swing the hell out of it to get it out of there.
If
That's
that
weird.
happens again, take a photo,
Yeah,
please.
that's weird.
Yeah, that's pimp.
I've had shots that fell in the water and they didn't let me play them. They made me drop.
Yeah.
You're like right on the bank, in bounds, underwater, and you can play it.
Weird.
So,
That's insane.
Yeah, it messed up my game because of the stupid water hazard, and I had to take a penalty. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say, first of all, anybody who's watching this, we're doing an Everybody's Golf League. We're going to do it on our website, and we're using Discord to take screenshots of your game. You don't have to schedule it to play with people. You just play a round a week, take a screenshot of your score, and send it in, sort of thing. If anybody's interested in joining,
Yes.
even from the day this podcast posts, you'll have 3 or 4 days to get in on the first week, and it's okay if you miss a week or two. It's not like wins losses. It's going to be first place gets this much money, second place gets this much money, third place gets this much money. So if you miss a week, it's just you stay the same amount of money on the leaderboard for the following week. So anybody who's watching this podcast interested in joining, feel free to join.
Do it.
So I'm going to say for you guys, like positives, like yes, I like it. I like hot shots in general. I like the 3x shot. As Corey was saying, do I prefer the Tiger Woods style? Maybe, but I always liked having both. So I used to play some Mario Golf or hot shots in conjunction with Tiger Woods, stuff like that. To me, like I like like you said, Dirk, the customization and the unlockables and stuff. It's almost Diablo or Destiny style, where I want to get some more stuff every round, so I just keep playing one more to do that. I'm gonna play the crap out of this game. I really am, especially with our league. I'll be playing this game for months to come. That being said, really, really terrible design choices in this game. The fact that I've put in 10 hours now, and I'm rank 2 and only have one course unlocked. For a game that's called Everybody's Golf, if we convinced my dad to play this game, he would never unlock another course, ever.
Yeah.
He's not going to grind away at it. He wants to throw it in and play against us
Mm-hmm.
on the weekends and stuff like that. Yeah, I think ridiculous.
Yeah.
That you don't unlock another course till rank 3. There should be like a sure. Is there a career mode where you slowly unlock stuff? Yes, but I should be able to go to the little terminal where you just pick a course and play, and have a bunch of courses to play from.
Multiplayer.
Or
it-
single player.
Does it make it? They don't make them available once you beat them to play against other people.
I mean, I
The
haven't
courses.
beat 'em, right?
Oh, okay, right.
Because I never play them. I just play the Eagle City over and over and over and over again.
Ah,
I've
yeah.
never played
Oh,
anything else,
oh.
other than the
Yeah.
one time that I jumped online. And so just weird to me. Like for us, this doesn't matter because we're all going to play this for 50 hours, 60 hours,
Right.
and we're going to unlock everything and be fine. When there's a lot of content there, but why is it locked so deep into the game? It makes no sense at all to me that stuff's unlocked deep into the game. And then my equal kind of complaint is that at the start of the game, you're like artificially. It doesn't matter if you hit your spots. It's going to go crazy every now and then until you level up that club.
Yeah.
So again, like, why even have
Dude,
I don't
and
know.
also
it's very frustrating what it's like those first 5 hours of the game.
Also, to add into that, and this is a history with Hot Shots. The other two games did this too. That wind is not accurate.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Sometimes it'll be 4 miles an hour, 4.5, and it
Yeah.
moves maybe 2-3 feet
Yeah.
from your shot.
Yeah.
And sometimes it'll be 1.6, and it flies to the other side of the course.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
like,
I've
what
noticed
the
that too.
fuck is that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
There's a wind
consist-
gust.
I keep on thinking though that's going to disappear once I'm fully upgraded.
Yeah.
That's just me not hitting it right. So anyways, those are my complaints. Again, none of those really are a personal complaint to me because I'm going to play it enough to level my guy
Yeah.
up and get past all that stuff and unlock everything. But for the people who just
The
want a
intro
casual
people,
game
yeah.
to jump in and play, this is not. I couldn't recommend this. I can't recommend this to my dad, and we love playing golf games with our dad.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's just I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Like and the
Eagle
one
City
thing I'd
Golf
say, Dirk,
Course.
for how much you like playing golf games,
Yeah.
6 months, 8 months from now when we're done with this game, you should get Rory and play that with us. I think you can get that for like $5 or whatever.
I
It's
would
a-
love to. I found that I think I have a golf game problem.
Yeah,
You know?
that's
Yeah,
good.
I do. We do.
Because they're fun. Yeah, it's because they're fun.
Yeah. And I've thought about it. They have some like putt golf games on PSN that I was thinking about getting just to feed the addiction because we were running out of, we had beaten or pretty much close to beating both hot shots, and I was like, what do I play next? So, I mean, we're probably going to fly through this, I think, fairly quickly. I mean, she's kicking ass behind me right now, so
Well,
we'll
like I
see.
say, it feels like there's an end game to this game with the online stuff. I
Yeah,
feel like that turf war might keep you engaged even after you beat it, sort of thing.
yeah,
So, we'll see.
yeah. Hopefully that there's something there because I would love to. I want some like long-term playability out of this game because I don't know when there's going to be another one.
Yeah, but look for
Yeah,
some
wow.
sales for Rory because it's a good game too.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna check it out.
All right, so every week we've been doing this YouTube thing for a while, and people support us. What are we up to? 712
712.
subscribers. Really
Mhm.
can't appreciate y'all enough.
Straight up shit baller.
Yeah, a lot of new people this week subscribe to us. We hope you enjoy the show. Many of you also do YouTube channels. Just want to do a shout out. We do a shout out to everybody. We also link the channels in the description here. If you watch our show, you like what we're doing, then please, check out these people's YouTube channels as well. So this week I got Phantom Control Gaming.
Yeah.
Nice.
We got almost everything.
And you can't forget Take 20 D&D.
Yeah.
What's up?
Last but not least, we're Media Gaming. Check it out.
Yeah, so thanks so much everybody for subscribing this week. We always do a name of the week. What do you guys think?
Take 20.
Oh, take 20.
Take
yeah.
20.
Take 20.
Yeah.
Take
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
Take 20 D&D.
That
name
might
of the
just
week.
be. We might be predisposed to that, but yeah.
Absolutely. So just wanted to run through a few other things. We now do this podcast as well. Find our show either on iTunes or on YouTube. So on iTunes, search for Comically Gaming. On YouTube, we're at youtube.com/GCNC. Check out our website, gamescomicsandculture.wordpress.com.
All one word.
Yeah, email us, gamescomicsandculture@gmail.com. Throw us a question, a comment, anything. We'll make it a part of the show.
Yeah.
We never get emails to that. Toss us a bone and we'll react to you for sure.
If
Find
you
us on
don't have-
Twitter. The channel Twitter account is at GCANDC. You can find me at Darth Nader, DARTH_N8R.
Me at CJ Closter, KLOSTER.
At Mosquatch, MOSSQUATCH.
And bring it up the rear at Sonar God. SONARG0D.
Yep. Find us. We're on Instagram now. Games, Comics, and Culture. All one word. Punch that in there. Join
Hell
our
yeah.
Facebook group. That's been our bread and butter since the beginning. We love the people in our Facebook group. Just search for Games, Comics, and Culture with no commas. We got a pretty active Discord nowadays. It's going crazy. I can't even keep up.
It's a little bonkers.
That's
Yeah.
GCANDC. Support us. Would love some support at Patreon. Patreon.com/GCANDC. And as always, thank you for Fred Thomas for our opening music and Steve Ryder for our logo. Appreciate both of y'all's work. Yep, absolutely. So we're going to move on to our spoiler topic.
If you don't have iTunes, you can go to our podcast website directly.
Oh, that's right.
And, yeah.
What is it?
gcandc.podiant.co.
How you spell Podiant?
Podiant.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, find us there. And
Nice.
we'll be on Android devices shortly. We're getting that all done. So we're moving ahead. Our spoiler topic this week is Comic Book Club. We're going to do Secret Empire number 10, wrapping up Secret Empire. If you're leaving for that, thank you so much for watching. Our next week's Comic Book Club is going to be for Star Wars number 35. So you got a week to get that read up and then join us for the discussion.
Get it.
Yeah, thanks so much, everybody. We love
All right, y'all.
Peace.
All right, here we go. The Comic Book Club. This week we're going to be discussing the conclusion. Secret Empire number 10. I think our last show was on 7, so we might go back a little bit, but mainly Secret Empire 10. Going into it, and so enjoy. And next week we're gonna do Star Wars number 35. So
Sweet.
Yeah.
So catch up.
Catch up. So, what'd you guys think?
Oh man, I think it was a massive letdown.
Yeah.
I just it felt like I hit a wall of creative juice that was flowing through that series.
It was good.
And it
at
just
the beginning, right?
fucking hit the wall. Like the platitudes, it's bullshit. I was a little angry when I finished reading it, to be honest. And then I'm glad that that article that IGN put out trashed it too, because it did. It had a lot of promise in the series, and to wrap it up with essentially no negative effects. Instead, I mean, we had a few spoilers.
Full spoilers.
We had a few people that died, right?
Well, that's what I thought was kind of bullshit, is they fixed everything but didn't bring Nat back to life. Just as a reminder, we're going to keep Black Widow dead, but we'll fix everything else. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it just seemed like it was all for nothing.
Yeah.
The whole thing was all for nothing.
Yeah. Big surprise. Captain America's back. He's not Hydra anymore.
And I think it felt like to me that Nick Spencer did not write that ending. That he was forced. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but it seems like Marvel was standing over his shoulder saying, like, all right, you know what to do here. And he had to write it. I don't know. Maybe he had a gun to his head. I don't know. But it was a complete shift in tone, and not just because I just thought it was a really bad ending.
Yeah.
Nate, what'd you think?
So, like I said earlier, I was just, to me, totally unaffected by it. When it got to that last episode, I was just flipping through the pages. The nothing struck me. There was no wow moment to it. There was, like you say, Corey. I mean, they brought back Tony. They brought back Falcon, but they don't bring back Nat. Like, that was weird.
Right. The other thing is, like, they foreshadowed like Falcon as Captain America was going to be this really moving, like, piece that happened in the next 3 issues, and nothing. It was a big dud.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And to me, like, the whole the biggest downside to me, like, even when this series was rolling, it was okay. There's all these great characters. There's good chemistry between everybody, but ultimately, I loved the art so much in those first 5-6 books.
Yeah,
and for them to go away from that with the last 2 because of what I can only assume is time constraints to get this done was really a bummer to me.
Yeah,
like,
this art was good. It wasn't that shit art like the last book.
No, but yeah,
But they
but it was not
There was a vision
same
at the beginning
tone,
of
yeah.
this that
Right.
they didn't follow through with, right?
for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
And look, the other they had so many breadcrumbs that they dropped throughout that series, like that had you interested, that kept you going to the next issue. You're like, holy shit, what is this world that they're switching in where he's like bearded, and what's this? Is Captain America trapped in another place somewhere, or what's happening? Is this the afterlife? All these things that they kept dropping. To have it wrap up where Kobik, it was her version, of like her idea. It felt like a cop-out, a giant cop-out. It reminded me of, like, I'm trying to think of a series that did a TV series, because it reminded me sort of like a soap opera where, like, the character wakes up at the end and it was a dream that all this happened,
Yeah.
It's a fucking gargantuan cop-out.
Yeah. I was
It's
reading
Dallas,
somebody
right?
commenting on it, and they were like,
Dallas.
how it should have ended. Sam
call. Dallas.
Somebody said how it should have ended. Sam handing Cap the shield, saying, "This is yours," and then Cap handing Odin's son the hammer, saying, "And this is yours." Like, that would have at least been like a big ending going into Legacy or something.
Right.
I like Sam as Cap. I like Jane as Thor,
Yeah.
but that would have been something big to end it.
Right. But
Back
you know
to
what
the
now?
originals or something. But
what this makes? I don't feel good about what the next thing is going to be. I mean, I don't. If this was supposed to get my hopes up about the future of Marvel, it did not. And it was like,
I was like, let's wrap this up and get it over with so we can push out Legacy.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. And the thing is, they had a good thing going, and it could have gone in a direction where they sort of turned over a new leaf in terms of plotting, or not worrying about time constraints, or caring about their product more. But in typical Marvel fashion, they fucking wrapped it up bad and moved on.
Yeah.
I don't, I'm getting to the point where I don't care anymore about, like, they're making me not care about the characters now.
Right.
Yeah.
And now I just want to start reading Image like full, and Valiant and everything else. I'm almost done.
Yeah, I feel like I cannot be the only one who gave Marvel a chance again after these movies all becoming good. And it's been largely disappointing, right? So I really like Jessica Jones. Dirk, you keep on saying Guardians is good.
Guardians
right
is
now.
good.
But
Yeah,
this,
Black Bolt's supposed to be really good.
Yeah,
Black
but-
Bolt's good.
Books,
But I feel like, to be honest, like X-Men that I got into for a while was good, not great. I feel like the couple Spider-Mans that I read, good, not great. I feel like everything's just on cruise control. It's the same stuff that I was reading as a teenager or whatnot. And if that's all it is to whatever satisfy 13-year-olds or whatever, then I'm done, because there are comics out there that are aimed at adults, and
there's no consequence. There's no consequences in the books. They all wrap up. The character is pretty much the same character at the end of the series that it was at the beginning. There's no growth. There's no depth anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
it's
surprising
sad
that
because,
they killed Black Widow, since she's in the Avengers in the movies.
Sure.
Yes.
That was kind of weird for them to kill her.
I think that was a bone thrown to the audience.
Let's take bets on how long it is before she's back.
Right.
In like 6
Well, that
months.
Legacy will probably start with her in a hospital.
Right.
The necklace on.
No, yeah, exactly. This is a good segue, too. So, a topic that we left out earlier that we can cover is Marvel Legacy. Again, going into this, there's a trailer for it, and they promised the return of an iconic character in it. Surprise, surprise. So, I wanted to take some bets or guesses as to who you thought it was. Corey, who's your guess?
I say Thor, because Thor movie's coming out.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Nate, you have any guesses?
I'm gonna go Hulk, Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner?
Yeah.
I think it's too soon for either of those. I think they're going to bring somebody back from far back. Professor X is my guess.
All right.
That's my official guess on the books. We'll see.
Everybody's saying they're pushing it away. Oh, the other thing I want to talk about in Secret Empire, which following that, it'd be weird if they brought Professor X back because they're trying to get away from the X-Men.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
never mind.
There was that one scene when Cap fully took over and it had the full power of the Cosmic Cube. It showed the Fantastic Four. It showed Sue Storm for the first time I've seen her in years. Since the Fantastic Four disappeared, it showed Sue there.
What was the significance of that?
I don't know. It said Alien Invaders or something, and showed the Fantastic Four, and I was like, yes, are they bringing the Fantastic Four back? And then they erased that whole thing. Yeah. So maybe not, but
that's your iconic
it got my hopes up. I hope so. If it's the Fantastic Four, that would be my hope, because I missed Fantastic Four is probably my favorite team in the Marvel Universe. I love the Fantastic Four, and I really want them to bring them back. And they got my hopes up for a second there, but I don't know if that was significant or just saying like, oh, look who's Fantastic Four. Oh, they're gone again.
So no. Why? Why would if a guy like Captain America had almost all of the Cosmic Cube, why would he make a suit of armor that looked like Iron Man but with Hydra colors? I don't know. I just didn't. I was like,
it seems like you should put the cube in it like Iron Man puts it in. It has
like Optimus Prime.
Yeah, right. Yes, exactly.
Rodimus Prime.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's when I got the first sign. The end of 9 is when I sort of started thinking, this might not end well.
Right.
And then, it totally self-fulfilling prophecy of Marvel, Well,
yeah.
That's it.
All right. Next week, Star Wars. We're gonna stick around with Marvel for another couple episodes, anyways.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
I'll keep reading Star Wars. Jason Aaron's good. He's a good writer.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. That's been Comically Gaming, episode 68. Thank you so much.
Catch y'all next week.
Yep. We'll see you around.
Catch you later.
Get on that league.
Later.